is Weather or Not.
All right, welcome into the Thursday edition of Weather or Not. Not nearly as cold today, which is certainly a nice change of pace if you're not a fan of the cold.
It certainly felt nice with the 40s in the morning, not to mention the 60s this afternoon.
Not too bad, but yeah.
It's changing.
Just like that. Just like that. Literally as we speak, the cold air is knocking on our doorstep and it comes blasting in here tonight, tomorrow, into the start of the weekend, getting a whole lot colder again. We got some more bitter cold nights, a couple more on the way before we start to warm up again and maybe try to have some staying power. That warmth, at least for a little bit.
And I think with that northwest wind, we're going to be looking at another dry cold front that moved through, and morning's going to be in the 20s. How about highs? 40s. Friday, going to say, watch this, it may even be colder than we saw earlier this week. I think that's going to be the big story. You'll notice here Friday, we start in the 20s, but watch this slow progression as we climb, and climb a loose word because there will be a wind. Temperatures low 40s, wind chills in the 30s. Going to be a nasty winter-like day.
Yeah, an easy January type of day around here. Again, wind chills in the 30s throughout the day. We turn very cold again heading into Friday night into Saturday morning. I wouldn't be surprised if we had another 18 or 19 in a couple of inland spots. Overall, generally in the low 20s inland by Saturday morning, mid to upper 20s closer to the beaches. That parade at Broadway at the beach Saturday morning, going to be on the cold side.
I'm going to be layered up for sure. Also, the worst part about it, it will be sunny. So
yeah, it will be sunny, but
have sunshine, but highs still going to be in the 40s there for the weekend.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of parades going on around the area on Saturday. Sunday, we do start a warm up though, as we'll send those temperatures back into the upper 50s to near 60 after another cold start. A couple more clouds around heading into the day on Sunday, but overall, we are starting to turn the corner. It's a pretty steady upward trend as we head through the rest of the week into the weekend. Hard to believe after starting off in the teens and low 20s back on Tuesday and Tuesday night, how about 70s making a comeback as we head into Tuesday of next week. That's a great thing about winter in the Carolinas. If it's really cold, you know it's going to warm up. If it's really warm, you know it's eventually going to get colder, but it's usually rarely steadily one or the other.
If you don't like the forecast, wait a day.
Yeah.
That's always the saying. This is also, though, going to bring in, like we called yesterday, the dirty warm-up, because eventually clouds are going to filter in. And I think those clouds associated with our next cold front will start to bring in some showers. And we're going to have to fine-tune this forecast as we get closer. But a 30% chance of rain, maybe a little bit higher as we get closer. It does look like a couple of showers going to be arriving sometime midweek.
Yeah, that time of the year where the mild weather does occasionally bring in the rain chances. So the cloudier skies, and again, as Andrew mentioned, we'll kind of likely nudge up or nudge down those rain chances heading into early next week once we get a better handle on things. But bottom line, prepare for milder and more unsettled weather heading into next week.
All right, let's take it coast to coast. And the story of today is, how cold can we go?
Yeah.
Let's start first off. There's the front that is continuing to move to our south. That, once again, going to continue to usher in what we like to call cold air advection, or for a weather nerd, CAA is what is on the forecast discussion. That cold air advection ushering in plenty of wind. And yeah, check out the temperatures here across the southeast.
Yeah, it is a cold one heading into tomorrow. We're only in the 40s, even some 30s once you get back towards Nashville and Asheville up into West Virginia, even colder. And the lake effect snow going to finally shut down for a little bit after cranking up again. A little bit here and there, some snow showers for Erie and Jamestown up towards Buffalo, Rochester, Syracuse. But the main story is the cold. They are also going to be dealing with it heading into the day Friday.
Highs going to be in the upper 20s there as you go into Buffalo. How about as you go up into Caribou? 23 degrees up there. Of course, the coldest temperatures for the Northeast are actually going to be coming in as we go into Saturday. Let's take you out to the Midwest once again now, looking at some quieter weather. They had some snow showers earlier this week. Now you're talking about just the cold air rolling in. And I think, Jamie, this is where we're going to see our coldest temperatures for highs on Friday.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Into the teens and 20s, way up there near the Canadian border. 22 coming in for Duluth and International Falls. Sault Ste. Marie into the mid-20s with a couple of flakes in the air. But look at those high temperatures all the way down to Indianapolis. Even Louisville just barely cracking that freezing mark. A very cold 28 Friday afternoon in Chicago.
Yeah, I certainly don't miss that. It was in the teens last week when
Yeah.
I was back home in Kentucky. Let's take you to where maybe a little bit more active weather for our areas down in the southwest. We're talking about a couple of showers going to be working through with a developing low pressure. That's going to try to get its act together. Really, most of it's just clouds and some off and on showers for Texas. That will keep temperatures a little bit more cooler than where they've been. You'll notice the 50s coming in for Texas, and you actually have to go down in the portions of the deep heart of Texas. Corpus Christi 66 with some warmer air just to the south of them.
Yeah, and quite mild as we head into the deep southwest. LA 75, Phoenix just shy of 80 heading into Friday. Still pretty quiet out here across the west coast. Of course, they had all the action back in mid to late November. They've been relatively quiet, but they will eventually start to get into a more active pattern. No surprises. It's cloudy. It's kind of damp. It's kind of chilly for Seattle down into Portland. Otherwise, most of California, Nevada, Utah, all looking pretty nice and kind of seasonable temperatures around here. Nothing too out of the ordinary. Even Denver climbing up into the mid 50s heading into Friday afternoon.
82 in Palm Springs, definitely something that we may need to keep an eye on for those extremes for tomorrow's show. We'll keep an eye on that. Let's take you to our See It, Snap It, Send It. As we do so, we love to show your photos, and yeah, I've been waiting for someone to send us some Christmas photos. Tina sending this in. Yeah, you'll notice that Christmas tree lit up there. I can't even tell where this is.
I think that's the Barefoot
That is
Landing.
Barefoot.
Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't tell if it was Barefoot or Tanger. It's definitely Barefoot there in the background. You love to see it. What's your favorite Christmas tree in town? Brings me up. You have one?
I don't have one.
Okay.
I mean, like the one in my living room.
Well, it's elegant.
But yeah, no, I love any Christmas tree.
Yeah, same. Conway does it really big. That
Yeah.
one. Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Tina, thank you for your photo. Let's take you to another one
Yeah,
out here.
love that. Look at that. Look at the little baby.
Look at the puppy dog. Yeah, it's been a beautiful stretch of weather, but cooler mornings, and of course some of the dogs actually enjoy it. Marissa sending us this photo of the sunrise that's coming in, and once again, we've really lucked out with no rain,
Yeah.
colder temperatures this week. That's going to change as we head into next week. Marissa, thank you for that photo. Let's remind you that you can scan this code, or QR code, download the WNBF First Alert Weather app, see it, snap it, send it. That will take you to our app, and then at the very bottom of the homepage, you can actually submit your photos there, right there from the comfort of your living room, your office, wherever you might be watching weather or not. Friday's going to be a big day, Jamie. I can't wait for it.
Yeah, let's talk about this. We are getting excited for Friday. It is the season finale of Are You Serious? And in the tradition that we started last year, it is now Are You Serious Muss, our live podcast and holiday party going to be taking place this Friday. Tomorrow, Grand Strand Brewing Company, the podcast itself starts at 7. We'll go from 7 to around 8 for the actual podcast, but we're going to be out there all afternoon having a good time. We're going to be out there doing some live weather starting at 4 and probably engaging in a little happy hour.
Happy hour 5:30 to 7:30. They haven't set the menu yet, but I know it's 50% off select drinks
50% off.
and 50% off select snacks is what I think they call
I'll
it.
be snacking and happy houring and podcasting all afternoon and evening. It's going to be a good time.
Wait. We got a great setup. Also, I
Yeah.
love too on their little Facebook event. They said, "Come meet the team, Jamie, Andrew, and George."
And George.
He's going to be out there. If you've
Yeah.
never met George, highly
to.
recommend that. And
Yeah.
Also, some surprises. I'm sure some people.
Yeah,
are
some
gonna be-
surprises. We got a little bit of swag we're going to be giving out to some folks and just having a good time, just like we always do with the live podcast. We love just getting out and having fun.
And you're welcome for moving it to Friday.
Yes.
Because I think we all felt it on the past couple of ones, so we can't wait for that. That's going to be tomorrow, which is going to be really exciting. We'll have a brand new show of Weather or Not, looking ahead to some weekend events.
Yeah.
A lot of parades happening in town, and the big question, how cold will it be for some of those events?
Yep, we'll be doing that. Again, that's all coming up on tomorrow's episode of Weather or Not. Thanks for popping in today.